Buenos dias, everybody. Good morning from Seville, Spain. I know that I said I was not gonna show up on camera again until after the Spain trip was done, but I have a good reason for doing this, as it was 10 years ago today, November 15th, 2015, that I boarded my Iberia Airlines flight from JFK bound for Madrid to begin what was an 8-day tour of Spain. I bought the trip happened because I wanted to do something to celebrate my then upcoming 30th birthday. And with my sister's suggestion, I decided to join an escorted tour group. And given the fact that when it came to Spain, I could speak the language, and the fact that Don Quixote by Miguel de Cervantes was still ringing around my mind, it made Spain the easy choice to start my solo travels. When I arrived in Barajas Airport the following morning, I could see myself in the silhouette of the plane in the darkness at 6 a.m., much like it's going to be right now, as we're heading towards 6 a.m. on the east here in Seville. Midnight on the East Coast. Good morning, everybody. And that day, even then I didn't expect to see Picasso's Guernica. I didn't expect to be walking in the stands of the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. And I didn't expect to be in the Puerta del Sol, putting both feet on the kilometer zero marker. If you had told me back then that I would have visited the Alhambra, gotten my first taste of flamenco, I wouldn't have believed you. And if you told me at the end of that trip that I would be back in Spain 10 years later, I really wouldn't have believed you. Because I thought that first trip was going to be just a one-off for this occasion. I didn't foresee myself returning to Spain the following year to visit Barcelona, and to fall head over heels in love for that city. I didn't expect to be back in Spain again, let alone everything else that happened after that trip. Every other one that's come in the last decade. I didn't foresee any of it, but I've kept this yearly solo travel going, and it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. Given the fact that I'm thousands of miles away from home from everyone I love, and at times it does feel intimidating trying to be social in a group full of people you don't know, at least at first. It does feel overwhelming when it's like yourself in a hotel room and you're away from everyone that you love, and you can't share your experiences quite as easily as you can at home. But a funny thing about solo travel, it disproves all the hang-ups that you have about oneself. It's proven to me that I can handle being out in the world even with my cerebral palsy, which it's come up early and often on this trip, often initiated by me. Like I put it in the profile of my EF account that I did have it, just so that there's no like surprise as to why I don't move as quickly, why I need the hiking sticks to get around, or why I tend to be like there are long periods of silence before I move into conversations. I guess the decade of travel, last 10 years of traveling, has proven to me that I'm more than the cerebral palsy that I've had since I was born. Like I can be Oswald. I can photograph, experience, write about all the experiences I've had, and look back on every memory that I made fondly. I can know that there will be that I will make every effort to get back to Spain within the next decade of my life. As I do see myself being here in my older years instead of sticking around New York for the rest of my life. As much as I love New York as my home, I do foresee sunnier days in my future. So yeah, I'm getting this out now because I bet you by day's end, given the fact that tonight's the first farewell dinner, because not everyone in this group bought is going to the extension of Granada and Malaga like I am. So I'll be saying later tonight, I'll be saying goodbye to a lot of my colleagues. It's been a fun trip, even if at times like my body's like been aching 6 ways from Sunday, doing all the walking around and sightseeing and just like running around Spain on bus and train. I've enjoyed every moment of it so far, and we still have Seville, Granada, and Malaga left to go before I fly home on Wednesday. It's like everyone from Mariola, our tour director, who I've like been able to conversations have been back and forth between English and Spanish, and her kindness and her ability and her recognition of the fact that my legs are not great. Like I knew from the moment that we first met at El Prat on the way to the hotel at the airport on the first day that I would be in safe hands. I can't I can't thank her enough for making this return to Spain, what it is. I figure I might as well get this out now because if I wait till tonight or Wednesday morning, I'm going to be a blubbering wreck. And want to thank the rest of the entire crew, all 26 women, and the only other guy in this group, Tim. You all have made this trip one to remember, and it's not over yet. Anyway, I just wanted to come on here as it's still like sunrise hasn't even happened yet. It's going to be another busy day revisiting Seville with a touch of flamenco at the later in the day, and then the farewell dinner tonight. So I just wanted to come on here and just say hello in this video. I'll be back home. I'll be back home on Wednesday, but I'll be back on camera Thanksgiving week. Until then, I hope everyone has a wonderful Saturday, no matter where in the world they are. Until next, hasta la próxima, everybody. Adios.